Well, good evening to all of you. Today we are in the Octagon cellar, and as I mentioned in the post for this video tonight, we are going to inspect some bottles of 1998 Cabernet Sauvignon Reserve from Double Magnum. Just to refresh, this was a wine that in the mid-2000 won Best Wine of Virginia at the Governor's Cup. We have only about a dozen of these large bottles, but they're now for over 20 years into aging, and so we're controlling what the French were clever to describe in one word we call oulage. Oulage basically is a loss of liquid, but also it's a way to express what is the loss of liquid between the cork and the level of the wine. And so the oulage of this bottle basically is this space. And actually there are some general rule of thumb where if the level progresses and you start reaching where the bottle becomes wider, like here, the bottle probably is starting to be at risk. So you want ideally to recork the bottle, basically remove the cork, taste the wine, assess the quality, refill with a comparable wine, a bit younger. In this case, we're using 2010 Cabernet Sauvignon, great vintage. And then we're going to refill it to a level that we predetermine. I predetermined that we need to go at 65 millimeters. Therefore, we just simply ahead of time, ahead of the operation, we just take a small chalk marker. We are 65 millimeters from the top. Here, we just make a little line right there. And so basically, we will refill the bottle. We will regain this space. This space is going to be not much volume. We will add some 2010 wine in 1998 to very similar vintages, both nice, hot, and dry, great for Cabernet Sauvignon. Am I blending here? Yes. How much? This is going to be probably a little less than 1% of the total volume of a different vintage, but both fantastic seasoned. So the way we proceed now, basically, we're going to remove the wax. We're going to remove the cork, taste the wine, and here is, let's go in action. We have the wax removed. Then we go with our double action corkscrew. The loss that we have, actually, it is mainly absorbed by the cork, which you will see is going to be, part of it is going to be wet, and a little bit is through evaporation as well. At first is always a little stiff, and here it comes. And as you see, the cork is slightly wet here, some liquid has been absorbed, you can see it. A little whiff, it actually smells very, very proper. We're going to just put a little bit of a solution of a combination of argon, carbon dioxide, and nitrogen to displace the air. Through this whole process, we try to limit in dissolving some air and oxygen into the bottle, because then we'll go in permanently and it will make the wine age a little faster. I'm just going to remove a small portion for sampling. Not a big volume is necessary. We need to always allow a little bit of air. Those are old wines, 20+ year old. the color is very, very good, very good indication. The aroma very clean, very precise. And actually, I just opened a double magnum a couple of weeks ago to an event that we did here at the vineyard, featuring all Governor's Cup, past Governor's Cup winners, identical to that bottle. Definitely in perfect shape. So now we can just bring the bottle here, and we have to just put our marking again. I think let me do that. That's the fill level we want to achieve. We just go very gently with this Cabernet Sauvignon 2010. And there we go. Just double check. Yeah, the fill level is almost exactly there. And then we proceed to corking. Actually, this hand corking machine compared to ours, which is fully automated, the big difference here is that for oversized cork like this one compared to our standard cork for our smaller bottle, you see how much bigger they are. And most bottling line, they cannot accept but to a certain diameter. So this was purchased on purpose to cork our 3 liters, 5 liter, and 9 liter bottles. So the bottle is secure. Now you can see here the jaws. If you want to come closer, please. I want to show you. A lot of people ask, how can you put a cork in there in the bottle? So you see there's these 4 jaws. They move when I pull. The cork, you'll see, going to come quite small. As all this action is applied on the cork, it becomes very small. It will enter the neck of the bottle, and when it's all in, it will expand, trying, of course, to reach its original size, which will now be constricted by the neck. Now I release the bottle. And here is the bottle. It's finished. And what we do, we're going to apply a label in the back of the wine. This actually is going to be bottle 0, 01, 22. And it's going to be, it was tasted on 7/22, signed by Luca Paschina. We will also record on an Excel each bottle. The label is applied to the back to actually inform us, but any buyers, that this bottle was uncorked, taste, refilled, and recorked. We're then going to proceed to also apply the wax. Once the wax is applied, the bottle is going to stay in straight up position for a week to give time to the cork to really expand and get very tight. Sometime on this large bottle is a risk if you put them immediately flat, horizontal, there may be a little more seepage of wine coming through. So next step is going to be the waxing. I'm in a different room, and I am here applying some wax. Very simple process. And voila, done. Well, I just ran through 3 of the 9 bottles we're going to do today, and you see a little bit of difference in the corks. These are a bit similar. This one instead, you can see there was quite a bit more seepage, although the fill level was not as low. And so it was missing a little more wine. It was refilled, recorked. So why we do this? Well, we do it because I really feel like I'm responsible for maintaining our bottle in the best shape possible. So therefore, when people will come to the vineyard and acquire an old vintage, or we open one at an event, I want to preserve as much as I can its integrity. Think of when perhaps you have a bottle you've kept there for 40, 50 years, and then you know the fill level is going down, and there is a trepidation when you open it, and the cork may crumble, and basically there is a bit of a mystery behind. But it could be a mystery or a nightmare behind. So I am trying to avoid that, and actually little by little we're going to start checking a lot of bottles from 97 and 98 vintage to start, and then as time progresses we will move on to other vintage like 2001, 2002, not much in 2000 because it was not that great of a season, so we really don't have any bottles that needs to be checked. Whatever is going on in those bottles is not relevant. And so this is basically a very simple process. It's a manual process. It involves a little bit of hand skills, not too complicated, the right tools, and just patience and precision into the machinery are used, the size of the cork, the fill level. And so I hope today you learn something a bit different that normally is not out there to everybody to know or to witness. We're going to look in 2023 to set up perhaps a day through the year where people that have some old vintages from 97 up that will have a fill level not quite what it's supposed to be, to bring the bottle here, and we will service the bottle for you at no charge. Meanwhile, keep in mind that this information will be sent out in details when and how to check your bottles through our note from the winemaker. You can just go online and click receive our news. You will get a lot of information through that, but it's going to be next year, probably spring or summer. Thank you for watching.